This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. U.S. Bank. Life keeps moving. We're here for every step. U.S. Bank. Member FDIC. Tonight's show is also brought to you by Zappos, the home for the Cougar Coaches Show, where the Palouse comes to play and eat. Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. Proud partner of Washington State Athletics. And by Redbox, the official at-home movie partner of the Pac-12. Visit redbox.com now for new movies and thousands more. Now, let's talk Washington State basketball. Live from Zappos with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
First time in 29 years. First time in a third of a century. The Cougs have won both Bay Area road games. How about it, Coach? Heck of a week. Cougs have won 5 straight. Long round of applause here in Zappos for that. It's really not all that debatable. This is one of the biggest games in the last 15 years in Cougar basketball, one of the biggest weeks, 5 straight wins. No one's hotter in the pack right now than Washington State basketball. 5 straight wins. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Amazing. Really just phenomenal. Let's go back to this trip at the Bay. You knew the Stanford game. You knew both games would be tough. Any road game in the pack is tough, but particularly Stanford-Cal. Cal grind you down. They're real physical, but Stanford-Maples has just been brutally difficult. Really, really hard place to play for the Cougs over the last 5-10 years.
I know. I've told several people that when I got here, we talked with the team and get their feedback. The year before I got here, they swept the Arizonas. So I was like, that's pretty impressive. And but they were like, hey, Stanford's really good. They beat us by 40. And it's like, we got to talk right,
48.
Or something. And they're like, hey, I made Sports Center that night. Or I think Jazz is like, so I said, like, let's calm, But then we went down there and played my first year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, because I was like really excited. I was like, hey,
San Francisco.
Yeah, we beat them in my last year at San Francisco. We beat them by 7. We were like, hey, man, we got this. I know I got the formula. Game was over 4 minutes into the game. They just absolutely steamrolled us, and I was very humbled. And I said, we got our work to do. But we the second time we played, we grind. It was a little better game. And then last year we finally broke through with a triple overtime win, and then had a great chance to. They had our worst half of basketball. They really took it to us at our place, and then we came out and played really well and came out of there with a win.
And you owed them. I mean, that 14-minute field goal drought from the home game. You owed them. You owed them.
You love to bring up the field goal droughts, man. Let me tell you are
part of the story. It's part of
hey, I know. I know we're getting decent.
And
every interview is now. Hey, what does it feel like to go through those droughts? I'm like, crappy. It's not good. What are you going to do about it? I'm like, if I knew, I'd do something. But anyway.
So I was thinking about, you had droughts happen. They say it's a game of runs. So
back to the drought.
Well, here's the question.
I thought we segued.
But you're right. You're at 73 points a game, I guess is my point.
Yeah.
And if you look, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? 73 is fine. That's a good number.
Are you trying to get something positive out of this, or are you?
I guess what I'm asking is,
you're harping on something like you really want to get something here.
If you dive deep enough in any team that averages 73 points a game, is that part of the reality of it? And we've just kind of looked at it to almost microscopically.
I'm not sure. Just that you just kind of have this. Some people see a glass half full, half empty.
No, it's full.
You're a half empty guy.
That is not true.
We're talking about 5 games. Hey, what about your drought?
No, I said you owed Stanford and you gave it to them, and you let them have it.
Yeah, but let's talk about that drought.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
God,
I'm not taking that kind of fall. I'm not falling on that sword. I won't have.
Right.
You go to Maples.
Yes.
You go to Maples.
Got it done.
Hey, and Elo said something really. There was a play under the right.
Elo likes us.
He does.
Elo's good. I like that guy. Can we get Elo on here?
Sure, we can. We'd love to. So Eggs is saying, hey, there was a play under the right bucket. Foul was called. I think it was a foul against the Cougs. In fact, I'm sure it was a foul against the Cougs. He said that no play would have been made had a stanchion been under the bucket.
Oh.
And I hadn't thought about that.
That's true.
It was a play that couldn't have possibly occurred but for Boulder or Maples.
Yeah, that's
because there's I hadn't even thought about that. But it actually makes it an odd play to even blow the whistle on, because you got to blow. I guess you got to blow it. Maybe you don't. But that was kind of weird. That's a unique Stanford only thing. Wouldn't happen anywhere else. Kind of odd.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
My dad was so excited I got the job because I've only worked at what he called two-wall gyms. There's usually a stanchion.
Yeah, right.
And he said, like, finally coaching in a place that looks like a real gym.
2-wall gyms. That's
Yeah.
pretty funny. There are 3 walls, are there? Is there a?
St. Mary's kind of a 3-waller.
Is it really? I've never been
kind
there.
of a 3-waller.
So like
That one end is flat,
Yeah.
nothing, and then they got like a little balcony on that.
always makes me think of the Kibbe Dome a little bit in football, where you kick a field goal off the wall. You know?
I did not know that.
Yeah, you drill a field goal off the wall. There was actually a field goal called no good. We're way off track right now, but there was a field goal that was good that was called no good because it ricocheted off and they blew it. He goes over the field goals.
Things I learn on this show.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
all right, let's get back on track.
Yeah, let's talk Stanford. I want to talk
Okay,
Stanford.
Stanford.
I want to talk Stanford. I want to go back. What jumped out at you at Phil? You did another phenomenal job on Ingram. Ingram had a big game the game after that against Washington. They had a big win over the Huskies, and Ingram was great. So it's not just that he's slumping. He couldn't score against the Cougs.
You know what's funny? The first time we played him, Bamba did a great job.
Yeah.
Really physical with him and didn't let him catch. And then second time, Noah had him for most of the game. And Noah, just same thing, was length, quickness. And, Noah's been struggling offensively, but he's finding ways to help us win. And I think we're right now, we'll be tested Thursday, but right now I think we're the number 1 defensive team in the league in conference and points allowed in a lot of areas. So we've been hard to score on. And for about 35 minutes, we were really difficult to score on in that game.
62 points a game allowed. I mean, that's excruciating for the opposition to score.
I think it's less than that in league.
In pack play, is it even closer?
Yeah, it's like 59. Just
under 60.
I thought I had a guy who's doing research. What do you do?
I got full stats here, but I don't have pack stats in front of me.
Again, half empty guy. He found the worst stat you could find. You couldn't find the best one. Shine the best light on us.
I am taking a beating here. 57 points a game in pack play.
57.
Yeah, it's even better.
Oh.
How about that?
That sounds amazing.
57. It is amazing. It really is really good. I mean, that's fantastic. Of course, the Arizona State game is what comes to mind.
It does help.
They're coming in.
29 allowed helps average.
How about the Sun Devils? I mean, we got to talk about Arizona State. What a turnaround for that. I know they didn't beat Arizona, but they beat UCLA in 3 OTs. They played Arizona.
They played
hard.
SC tough.
Yeah,
they've been a pretty good club. It's crazy. Got the win at Creighton, the win at Oregon.
Right after the.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't. They've had a tough stretch of games. I don't know. The league, honestly, top to bottom is pretty good. And I think Mark Fox was answering questions like after our game, like we're not the same team as 2019 or whatever. We're a good team, and I agree with them. And haven't been able to break through, and they're tough, man. They're well coached. They didn't have Andre Kelly. We all have that. We don't have Deshaun, but there's everyone's pretty good.
Yeah, the only head scratcher really Utah's outperformed expectations. Utah's been tough at times.
Utah they didn't have Carlson with the appendicitis.
Right.
That's going to damage anyone, but they're fine. It's just someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, and I think anyone can beat anyone. I don't know. I'm not kidding or say that Arizona's pretty good. I'm not saying we can't beat them, but I'm saying that there's a couple of good teams that may not be able to beat them.
Well, Arizona's one of the teams that's getting a lot of national recognition as maybe a 1 seed in the dance.
It's well deserved, to be honest. Watch them; they're a good team. Play hard, play right. So we'll see.
So you're in Maples. You get the win.
We're still talking about
over
Maples.
Stanford.
Okay, we got that done. Yeah.
And then you go to Berkeley, and I know that you mentioned Cal is good. Mark Fox answering questions, but. A game where you were up and then it got tight again, but you won it and you pulled it out with stops late.
Baby steps.
Yeah,
as I said 6 weeks ago, we were losing those. We lost a game. We were up 20 against Eastern Washington, up 20 against New Mexico State, and we didn't really know how to handle ourselves. And we still struggle with handling success. Soften up a little bit with the lead. People are going to come at you. They're going to throw a little different looks at you. They're going to guard you a little differently. But we've been able to. But this weekend was huge. We withstood both those runs and held on. So, we're a little better in close games. That helps. That helps our confidence.
No doubt. Free throws down the stretch. That's another one we need to really harp on. The key, you've had clutch free throw shooting. FA, big free throws. Mike Flowers, 7 of 7.
I don't know if I give this guy enough credit, but I'm telling you, our Jim Shaw is the best I've ever seen. He's so committed to making sure we make them. If you've seen our shoot-arounds, he has to get his guys in there, go through free throw rehab, as he calls it. And we've gotten confidence. We've got one guy that's struggling right now.
Yeah.
that if we get him to break through, we become a much better team. He becomes a much better player, and I have full confidence in Jim being able to get that done.
Be really curious to see the syllabus on his class on free throw rehab.
Free throw rehab.
Yeah.
It's a 12-step program.
It's a whole thing.
It's a 12-step program.
When you go to a walkthrough, he's under there.
He's under there.
He's got one guy, and it's very intense.
And he's one at a time.
So it's a one-on-one session.
It's a one-on-one session. There's everything. It's good.
And it works. It works phenomenally well.
Great.
And the Cougs have hit free throws late. Cougs are 14-7. Arizona comes in 20-2, 10-1 in the pack, and then Arizona State is Saturday, 6 p.m. tip. Arizona Thursday, big game. Excited for Beasley this Thursday.
Yes, let's get Beasley rocking.
Yeah, I'm
Are
really.
Are you in charge of that?
I don't know that one is under my purview.
Okay. You're the voice of the Cougs, man.
Well, I could, go on top of the roof of Beasley.
The voice of the Cougs should have a
about
lot of weight around here,
I
man.
appreciate
How many
that.
years you been here?
This is my 7th year.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, this is my 7th season.
Yeah.
That big logo, I've always wanted to go on the top of Beasley and shout about it. It's got that big logo up there when the planes fly in, and I'd be happy to.
Yeah.
It sounds like a green light, so I'm in.
Get it going,
and
man.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Let's go.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's go.
All right, let's do this. We'll take a break, come back. We're live here talking ball with Kyle Smith live at Zeppo's big week. Huge week. Cougs have won 5 straight.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain Cold Refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
This is Cougar basketball.
Flowers, step back three, hand in his face, he buries it. Williams to the right, bucket with a two-handed dunk.
Join us all season as Kyle Smith and the Cougs look to make some noise in the Pac-12 and beyond.
Babagidi all the way to the bucket for a skyscraper. Beats it. Gay with a tomahawk, puts it home, and the foul.
It's only on your home for Cougar basketball, the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Put your trust in a bank that's been focused on serving the people and businesses in Washington and all across the country since 1863. That's U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
You're live. We're talking ball with Kyle Smith after a 5-game win streak, trying to continue that against Arizona and Arizona State. We've got write-in questions for you, Coach.
Awesome.
And we also have some on Twitter, too, so we're going to try to cover all bases here. Let's start with some basketball stuff here. Asking for an elementary teacher friend, any advice on handling players or kids who insist on repeating the same mistakes over and over?
Yes. Positive. And in all seriousness, you as my mom says, you'll catch more, flies with honey?
Yeah, I think that's the same.
Than vinegar.
Yeah.
And it really is with kids, with everyone. Honestly, I was talking about it now. It took 30 years of coaching that you You'll get a lot more done if you praise people and get them going, and instead of just dwell. It's kind of I'm trying to work with you.
Oh, is that right?
You're like the scoring drought.
I didn't even know.
Tell me about the scoring drought.
I didn't even know.
It's not like, hey, you won 5 in a row. Hey, whoa. No, it's scoring drought.
Got it.
See, you gravitate to the negative. You're a half-empty guy.
Got it. Okay.
I'm a half-full guy.
Keep it positive.
Yeah, we keep it positive.
Got it. Well, between the two of us, we're a glass at least of some sort. Is that something like that?
Well, we also have another thing in our program called fountains or drains.
Oh,
Are you a fountain or a drain?
My swirler? It's just,
you tell me.
I'm trying.
You tell me.
I'm trying to learn. I'm just
sucking the life out of me tonight. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, next question. Arvydas, I don't know how that question resulted in that, by the way.
Yeah. Everything's going right at you tonight. I'm going.
Arvydas Sabonis or Hakeem Olajuwon in their prime?
Well, two players I love to watch play, but that's not even a fair question because I grew up in Houston.
Yep.
I saw Hakeem play as a freshman in college and his development.
How good was he as a freshman? Relative?
You know what? He was a little like F.A., to be honest. Just really springy, blocked everything, and would throw dunks off the back of the iron. And
wow. How tall was he?
He's only about 6'10 and a half, 6'11". I got a picture of me and him.
Do you?
Recently. Yeah, I'll pull it out.
Yeah, I need to see that. That's cool.
But and then it was just amazing development. He blocked everything, and he's a little. I mean, F.A.'s not as strong as him down low or whatever. But
so they're built. So he's a little bit bigger than F.A.
Yeah, he's thicker and wider and a little bigger, taller. But it's funny that F.A. had an unbelievable move where he went like a little shimmy on the baseline and went to the other side. I was like, hey,
yeah,
the Nigerian nightmare, let's go. But
yeah.
I love Arvydas. He's one of the most fun guys. He's a little like he was Jokic before Jokic.
Oh, okay.
The old Arvydas we saw that played for the Blazers. But before that, he was a little more forceful and athletic and could really run and jump. And you'll hear Bill Walton talk about how he was an amazing young guy. And I saw him play in the World Championships when he was about 25, like 1982. I want to say when Muggsy Bogues was on the team, I remember the game, and he just had a thunderous dunk. And I think the U.S. beat him back then. But
I don't think the NBA saw Arvydas till he was 30.
No, he was old.
Yeah,
he was old, but he was
still really good.
Oh, so
for
smart.
the Blazers, yeah.
And his son is not nearly as big, but obviously an all-star.
We saw him and Beasley against Hawkinson go, and he just got traded today. Actually.
Yeah, he's an amazing. He's a fun guy to watch.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate he had to go to Sacramento, and we'll never see him. We'll
never see him again. When's the last time you stumbled on a Kings?
It's like
Kings game?
It's a witness protection team.
Kings are magic. Right? When's the last time you?
Rough.
Hey, I'm flipping through the channels. Oh, there's a national magic.
Just the Magic logo. Both of them. It's just like
man. If they brought Robo up, then maybe we'd see.
Is Robo
he was a two-way he was G League with the Magic, and we had him up there a little bit, and
we'll get him back.
He can.
He's in Australia, I think.
Is he in Australia now? Did
I saw the other day.
Oh, okay, there you go.
NBL, which is a good league.
Bunch of guys have gone over there. I think
it's a good league.
Yeah,
it's a good place to live. Too.
That's awesome.
Nice. Pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, go ahead. Next question.
Next question from Joyce Zemansky, which is written on here, and I don't personally know Joyce, but just so you know, should you run into her?
Does she know how many Polish-American coaches we have?
What's the answer to that?
Steve Frankowski.
Love it.
Derek Wroblewski.
Love that.
Yeah, it's Wroblewski.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, is he?
Oh, he's shortened
He said no. Oh,
no. He's embarrassed that he's a Wroblewski.
Okay.
Like, he's from Krakow.
Oh, good.
His parents are. So
who knew?
But they were a little embarrassed.
Had a recruiting for the Cougs.
I'm actually Polish.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, That's
great.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. They round of applause.
My dad's side, even though it's a long story, that we got to Ellis Island and didn't speak English, and they said, Smith. There's no Anglo blood in me at all. It's Italian-Polish.
Chaz now made it through Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Like how? You'd think.
You had the right paperwork.
I guess.
We were a little. We probably were a little illiterate. Our side's a little illiterate. Smith, keep it moving. This will help you.
Amazing.
This will help you. Be Smith.
Well, you and Joyce and Roble and Franco.
Well, let me see how she spelled it. Yeah, she's an SKI. Wait, Andrzejczyk. Even though that's not even the Polish name, but he's Polish too.
With a heavy Polish influence.
It's
awesome.
It is awesome.
That's awesome.
It's our brain power.
Really cool.
Anyway.
Her favorite player is Ryan Rapp. Is he yours too?
In a lot of ways he is.
Yeah. Great personality.
Great personality. He's a big part of our leadership on our team. And obviously he hasn't played as much. And when he does get in there, the screams that he gets does not go unnoticed.
Right.
But I think that's just kind of his personality. And, like, he's very unselfish. And it's a one that I keep telling him, and it's tough. I said, you're in a tough spot. You're right now, you're like our ninth guy. And there's opportunity. Like, got in that Cal game, we were in zone. He's a good spot, and he's got experience. He's long, he's big. And we got 10 games in 24 days, and there's going to be – I don't know who it's going to be, but we're going to have to get in our depth and, be ready.
There's a contingent of Coug fans, Coug basketball fans, who will forever remember Ryan Rapp as beating UCLA.
It's unbelievable.
He beat UCLA. He scored like 8 points in overtime or something, and off the bench, and he's got running hook shots in the lane. It was awesome.
It was one of the in sports forever. No one will ever quite understand, but I think we're down 11 with about 9 to go, and look down the bench, and I remember Shaw goes, "Hey, give the double fit zone. Let's try Ryan." I said, "All right." He got in there, and it really turned the game. And he made some plays, and we got stops and got them on their heels. And I think Ryan had a great lob. He got on the pick and roll and threw a lob to Tony Miller.
Yeah,
he put it in there. He had another layup, and I was like, unbelievable, because he'd been hurt most of that year, hadn't had a lot of opportunities to play, and I was like, wow, he's kind of fearless in that situation. So I know that's in there, and he played about 18 minutes a game for us last year. And he had a lot of big, 15 at Oregon State, and he's more than capable. So, who was that?
Joyce.
Joyce. Yeah. He's great. We love him, and we'll see what happens down the stretch.
Love it. 5 greatest basketball movies of all time.
Well, Fish That Saved Pittsburgh comes to mind. Hoosiers.
Yeah.
What else am I forgetting?
Did you say The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh?
You haven't seen The Fish That
Saved Pittsburgh? I don't know that movie. Should I know this? I feel like I should know this movie. It's one of the greatest.
What's the Gabe Kaplan one with where it's Bernard King? Fast Break. Fast Break's definitely in there. I mentioned Hoosiers.
You said Hoosiers. Yeah, that would have been my go-to for what it's worth.
Jesus Shuttleworth one.
Yeah, he got game. He got game. Great flick. Yeah, Blue Chips. What Blue Chips?
I like Blue Chips.
Blue Chips is fun in its own way. I always, as a kid, I thought it was like, hey, that's Penny Hardaway. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that. It's Nick Nolte. I didn't know Nick Nolte.
Yeah, I haven't got desperate enough to go the same route that Nick Nolte.
That's good. That's good. For those who've seen the movie.
Then NIL might change everything. Who knows?
It's a different world now.
It is a different world. It's tricky.
That's the hard part about 5 greatest hoops movies of all time. Is it's hard to rattle 5. You know, like you're going to miss one.
It's a tough genre, to be honest. I know. Give me some help.
Well,
One-on-One, Robbie Benson.
I don't know that movie. I don't know One-on-One.
You don't know one? You're too young.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know 3 of the ones you rattled. I feel.
Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
I don't know if Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Oh my gosh!
I feel like I gotta
Dr. J's in it.
Is he really?
Everybody, have you heard about the Fish That Saved Pittsburgh? Whoa, hey. You don't know that song? No. Come on, man. Let's go.
But I'm so glad we're recording this.
Yes,
because we've got that audio forever. It's phenomenal.
Let me do a little YouTube. We'll find it in the break.
Well, we'll do that.
Educate
we'll do that. I think we're allowed to play it if we're coming back.
No, we won't play it. We'll play it privately.
Just in the break.
So you know,
right.
I got to get you.
I appreciate education.
All the research you did for this
education
show.
I didn't know these questions. All right, we'll take a break. We're going to do trivia next. We're live here with Kyle Smith. Very abusive show here at Zeppos.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppos. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppos is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppos.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
This is the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show.
Lock to the bucket and a two-handed skyscraper jam.
Live from Zeppos with Cougar head coach Kyle Smith, here's the voice of the Cougs, Matt Chazanow.
Back here live at Zeppos talking ball with the head man himself, Kyle Smith. We've got ourselves the desert schools and then a whole bunch of road games. Yeah, it's Arizona, Arizona State, and then hitting the road, huge opportunities here. Lots of quad one opponents. Yep. Arizona State's been really, really good, and then you go to L.A., you play UCLA, you play USC, you go to Oregon. I mean, this is the gauntlet here. This is the meat of the pack schedule here, the back end of it that's, like, really tough, really exciting. It is. Do you not agree?
One at a time, Matt. One at a time. I got enough stress already. I mean, one at a time, man.
It's a gauntlet. Great set of games. Huge lot of games in a row. Okay, here we go. Trivia. Luke, fire up the music, please.
You know I don't sleep already. I mean, you already got me.
Not a big in-season sleeper.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to ruin your sleep even
10
more.
10 games, 24 days. We're going to find out.
Is that the 10 and 24? Wow. Well, just trying to say. All right, question number one.
All right. This is trivia.
Who holds the record for most career NCAA tournament total points for Washington State?
Tournament total points for Washington State. How recent?
Pretty recent, relatively speaking.
Kyle Weaver.
Incorrect. Give him an X. Derek Lowe.
I was going to go Lowe. Derek Lowe. Seems so obvious.
We got to talk about that later in the show. 76 points in 5 tourney games for Derek Lowe. Played in 5 tourney games.
42. It
was something like that. Yeah, you're just about spot on. All right.
That was terrible.
Question 2.
I'm down on myself.
Question 2. That's okay. We'll get to bounce back. Bounce back coming. We got. Yeah. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. He says your glass half empty now. That's what he said.
Right.
I appreciate that. All right.
You're right.
You can do great, Coach. You're going to do great here. You're going to be great.
Yeah. Let me whip myself.
Yeah. All right. Question number 2. The 1993 Washington State win over Cal.
Yes.
In the Bay Area. Last time the Cougs swept the Bay Area schools on the road. Featured 3 future NBA players in the ballgame between the two schools. Can you name them?
Lamont Murray.
Correct.
Jason Kidd.
Correct.
Means we had one.
Correct.
93?
Yep. No.
Oh, man.
We've talked about it.
Wait, it's not Elo, it's not Donaldson.
Nope. More recent.
Hendrickson?
Yes, correct. That is correct. Ring him up. He's back. He's back. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Time with the Sixers.
Such a great all-time athlete. By the way, really nice guy. Hall of Fame inductee recently.
He's a West Sider.
West Sider.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a West Sider. I think he still lives over there because he was in Baltimore and then he played in Tampa. Yeah. Just awesome story. All right,
good player.
It's awesome. The whole story is really cool. All right, question number 3. Here we go. Who had the most accurate 3-point shooting percentage in a single season in Pac history?
Steve Kerr.
Correct. That is correct.
It was off brand. I was expecting some Coug stuff, but I had that one right. Yeah,
just a random Pac question. It was in 1988.
Because I think he has the national record as
57.
Well. Yeah, I think and it was when it was 19-9. It was pretty. He didn't take many, but he was awesome.
Amazing. 57. Yeah, I guess it's going to go down if he's playing nowadays. I mean, it's got to,
they didn't shoot it that much,
right.
And he was such an accurate shooter, and he was a really good player.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, question number 4. You're on the right side of things now.
Yeah,
You're on the right side of things. You asked for this.
I did.
Random current NBA players. Where did they go to college?
Jeez, I shouldn't have said anything.
You specifically asked for this. I'm going to name 3 guys.
All right.
Steven Adams.
Pitt.
Correct. Give him a rate. Let's ring him up.
Oh, you want me to go? I mean, all right,
PJ Tucker.
Texas.
What? That's pretty good. Jaren Jackson.
Michigan State.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's
good.
great.
Good, yeah.
That's great. I love it. All right, 5th question, as always, per tradition, has nothing to do with basketball at all.
These are ones I like.
From what tree was aspirin first derived? The painkiller.
Ash.
Incorrect. But I like the confidence in the guess. Willow trees. And it's something in the bark of a 2 or 3 year old willow tree called salicin, I think, is what's.
Now, what's unique about that story?
Please.
Who was a person going trial and error on that? Who was the clinical trial?
I thought that was,
sample?
How did they figure that out?
Look at this little bark here. I got a headache.
It's a great question.
Let me suck on this bark, and that does it.
And that's what the story read too. It was like for thousands of years, humans have taken the willow tree bark as a painkiller, and it's good for these other things. Like how would you know?
I don't know. It's like the same thing with the peyote too. Someone said this is
let's eat that. See what happens. Yeah.
There'd be a few Darwinism. A few people that are like. A few of them went down the road. I'm done.
I got a tennis elbow. Well, have you tried eating that tree? It might help you out.
With some leeches.
Here, jam this on you. Yeah, right.
There you go.
Yeah, seriously. All right, that's great stuff. I think you ended up definitely on the winning side.
Oh, that was good.
Well
That's
done.
definitely. It's one of my. I should have gone clean sweep. I can't believe Lowe because he showed up at our game.
Which I want to ask you about next segment. We'll take a break.
We got to wait a segment.
Yeah,
okay.
We're due for a break. Earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest. More slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Plus, Turf Club Sportsbooks now open. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. We'll take a break, come back. We'll talk about Derek Lowe visiting the team in the Bay Area. Cougs are on a hot streak, 5 straight pack wins. We'll take a break, come back next.
Larger than life is truly an understatement in family favorite Clifford the Big Red Dog, now available at Redbox. When Emily discovers her little red puppy has grown 10 feet overnight, she turns to her eccentric Uncle Casey for help. But when a mad scientist tries to capture the playful pup, it takes the whole neighborhood to hide Clifford as they race across the city. Get ready for the incredible laugh-out-loud comedy that is big fun for the entire family. Watch Clifford the Big Red Dog and make it a Redbox night. Visit redbox.com for all the ways to watch.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
Hey everybody, this is Klay Thompson, and you're listening to Washington State Basketball.
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com. It's a new season. Get ready for more men's and women's college sports excellence. Trophies will be awarded in June to schools who take the top spot in the 2021-22 Learfield Directors Cup. The premier award recognizes one winning institution in all competitive divisions. Follow your favorite team's progress as seasonal standings are announced at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at directorscup.org. The crowning achievement in college athletics.
You're listening to the U.S. Bank Cougar Coaches Show on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
East 3, way beyond the arc in Kansas.
With Coach Smith, here's Matt Chazanow.
Back here live at Zeppo's, we're talking ball with the head man Kyle Smith as we get set for Arizona State. Coach, we were talking in the break a little bit about the great movies. We failed to mention White Men Can't Jump. Derek Roble with a late submission there into the party.
We didn't mention Hoop Dreams, which
didn't
is
mention
a
Hoop
documentary,
Dreams.
but awesome.
Didn't mention Space Jam. Some people really like Space Jam. There was a Space Jam 2 that came out. I didn't catch it. But the Jimmy Chitwood scene in where Butler plays ball at Hinkle Fieldhouse, where he looks at Coach and says, "I'll make it." Yeah, they draw him up as a decoy. He's the state's best shooter, and he's running him as a decoy. It's like a dream scenario for a player.
Big time. I had the same situation.
You did that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. People don't know about my playing prowess, but freshman year at Hamilton College, playing Rochester Institute of Technology.
Yeah, all right, team.
And we got like an All-American point guard. I'm just sitting there, and things are going good. And we're up like 7, 9, 11, and point guard somehow fouls out. And it's like a 6-point game, and Coach, I get in there and got to make free throws, and I go in there, I get fouled, and I'm a little nervous, and they call timeout, the Iceman, the coach looks, and I said, "I'll make it." Go up there, I swear I thought I drilled it. It hit the board first.
Oh no! Too much
hit the back iron.
Adrenaline.
We had the all-time leading rebounder in Division III history. Goes up and gets it, flips it to me.
Oh.
I get tackled. And I go to the line again. Said, "Relax." Miss again.
Oh no!
And I'm a career 80% foul shooter.
Yeah.
Same guy gets the rebound. I end up with the ball again, and I finally made 1 and 2.
Oh.
It was a 1 and 2. Iced the game. It was a disaster. But I just remember, like, I'd never been more humbled in my life. Like, I got this. I was like the really cocky freshman that sat there for 38 minutes or whatever. I played like 2 minutes in the first half, and I was like, I was broken a little bit. I went right in the gym, shot my free throws. Changed my routine. It was a disaster. So,
in the end, you did get it though.
It was 1 out of 2 too, man. I had to get double bonus. It was still 1-on-1 days. It was It was tough.
Great move. Probably I think that's the one. Hoosiers.
Hoosiers. I would say Hoosiers.
If I may.
Like I said, it's more than basketball. It's about redemption, second chances.
Yeah, it's a great flick.
Norman Dale.
Gene Hackman, big lead man.
Great.
The whole thing.
It's Norman Dale.
It's all Norman Dale.
Coach Dale.
Right, Coach Dale. I have my team.
Shooter.
Four on the floor. You ever done that?
Shooter. The relationship to dad.
Yeah.
The shooter.
Yeah, he's helping Dennis Hopper.
Dad.
He's helping Dennis Hopper out.
Yeah. It's ready.
Great. And it happened. True story. Hickory went to the
impressive.
state title game. The whole thing.
Awesome.
Four on the floor is one of the great scenes in sports history. Like, I got my team. We're good.
It's good. We're good.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I love it. Derek Lowe was in the Bay.
Yep. He's been a great guy, been a great supporter since we got here. And him and Derek Phelps kind of built a relationship. And I saw Derek Lowe at the Final Four, like the 4 days on the job. And he's really gracious. And then he just happened to be in the Bay Area he's working out kids down in Hawaii. And there's some showcase. And he actually couldn't make our game, but he was able to come by practice and had him talk to the team. And I try to explain to our guys how important he is to Washington State basketball. And a unique thing is, like, our manager, Ethan Kramer, who's 20 years old, remembers him as a little kid, and Alex Yano, another manager, and they're just kind of in awe of him. And to try to explain to you guys that what's neat about this place is Derek was part of the foundation that had to go through some tough seasons to get to where they were top 5 in the country or went Sweet 16, and he knows a lot. You would never know that. He's the most humble, soft-spoken guy, but he was tougher than – I'm sure people in here know him tougher than me. I just watched on TV, but – actually, I watched him in high school play. He was a good player. Couldn't get him. I don't know where I was. It was probably at St. Mary's, I think. But really good. And it's just nice to have those guys. And, like, we're actually doing something. I don't know if you're aware. Like, Aaron Baines came back.
Was there I met Aaron.
How's
he doing, by the way?
You know what? I reached out, and, he's kind of I talked to his agent, and I just let him express their well wishes. But we're
100%.
I think we're going to have little shooting shirts that say Baines on it. I forgot that Pat got for us. They're trying to.
That's great.
Yeah, just let them know we support him. And he went through a tough stretch there. And that guy, he's very private, like just prideful guy, and just really a self-made guy that really I don't think ever averaged double figures here, and worked his way into being a rotational NBA and a starter on playoff teams, and just good player, man, and just got a tremendous work ethic.
Yeah, we just saw him a couple of years ago, a couple seasons ago in Phoenix. The whole story is really shocking. If anybody's not totally caught up on that, it's hard to summarize super succinctly, but basically he had a major health issue after a game, a national game, and we wish him the best.
Sounds
still
like
recovering.
Yeah, it sounds like he's much better. He had to go through a really hard rehabilitation. He was, I don't know if it was because he hit his head or he had some neurological thing, so he couldn't move, and he had to learn to kind of reteach himself how to walk.
God, it's scary because he's one of the world's best athletes. It's just a scary.
Yeah, I don't know if it's interesting. So I don't think I totally know why it happened or what caused it, but glad to hear that he's on the mend, and hopefully we can send our support too, and just in a little way.
No doubt. Hope to get him or see him back in the game or get him back in the game.
That'd be great.
It was great to see Derek Lowe. Isaac Fontaine was at one.
I didn't get to see Isaac.
I was on air and I had heard after the fact.
Yeah. He's a great guy too.
Yeah,
really prince of a human being. It's funny how those good players kind of get it. It's great.
It's fun to have that kind of connection with former players. Derek Lowe is not the first player to come back.
No, they've been great. That generation, they're the most recent where they had a lot of success. And Clay came back, and Taylor Rocheste's been really supportive.
Yeah, a lot of them were so good they're still playing.
That's
true. The real hurdle. Rocheste was in France last time we met him. I had never met him. He came back to Pullman. He said, "Yep, I'm flying back to." He was in another league, and I forget which one it was. Yeah. He bounced around quite a bit, like year to year. He actually has a career arc not so dissimilar from Derek Phelps, like playing forever.
Europe. Just played.
Yeah,
keeps bouncing around, keeps grabbing checks, and you got to love it to do that. But it's kind of we kind of have some guys from every era. James Donaldson and Guy Williams. I'm in touch with those guys from that era. Eddie Hill, who played for Kelvin Sampson's assistant at South Dakota, and I've known for 20 years.
Is that where Eddie Hill is?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if it's my place to say, but he was coaching, and then he has a son. He has a son with special needs.
Okay.
So he kind of couldn't maintain the coaching, and now his son's in college, and they've got it under. He just got a love for the game, and good to see him. He's with a friend of mine, Todd Lee, out there.
Yeah.
And then that, like I said, that group from whether it's Harmerling or Abe Lodwick.
Oh, yeah. Carlos Daniel actually was in
Carlos Daniel.
Yeah.
Him and Derek know each other because he was is he still the strength coach in Vandy? Or
I forget. He's gotten a higher degree. He's like –
Yeah. He's really MBA stuff.
Really smart, yeah.
No, I met his wife. She's awesome.
Yeah.
It's neat. Everyone that I meet that's gone through this place, they really have fond memories and – really appreciate their time in Pullman. I can't remember. There's even a guy that got bounced I ran into. Yeah, I got ran out there. He misses it. He loved it. Really? I got to remember. I'll find his name for next week.
Yeah.
I'll remind him. But once a Coug, always a Coug. He's in.
Oh yeah,
he's in.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
and no one loves it. Gosh, Elo. I mean, all he wants to do is be a Cougar basketball game. He just loves it so much.
No, it's great. You know what? And this is a good time to promote this. And since Derek's here. We're having the first annual Polish-American coaches pickleball tournament. So I thought it's a time to bring this up. Derek's in charge to do it. And Elo, there's a senior division, and there's flighted. And Elo, if he wants to make himself down there. Because
he's not Polish.
No, you don't have to be Polish.
Oh, okay.
It's just sponsored by the Polish-American
coaches. You just
sponsor.
Got it. I didn't know.
It's in collaboration with the Asian Coaches Association. I swear to you. Mike Magpio is the president of the Asian Coaches Association. He was my assistant at Columbia. He's head coach at Riverside.
Yeah.
But he's got this little umbrella, so the Polish-American coaches have decided to glom on there, and our vehicle is going to be this pickleball tournament that we think is going to explode.
So we're in the airport after the trip, and Andrew Jack is like playing pickleball apparently 3 days a week, and he's all into it. And I didn't know about the kitchen. Robo was telling me about the kitchen and the whole deal. And he's looking up and down at eggs, and John's going, "So you play?" And Craig's like, "I have. I don't know that I do, but I have, and I'd like to." And he goes, "Yeah." He's kind of starting to scout him. He's like, "Yeah, you look pretty long, and you'd be good at this, and I think we can fit you in here." He's got you can see the gears turning. I'm like, "Is this guy going to pump out pickleball data? Like, are we? Is this what this is
definitely
going?"
has some pickleball data. We also discovered that pickleball was invented in the state of Washington.
It was?
Yep.
Love that. Didn't know that.
Yeah, we know. So
that's awesome.
So we think a lot and we know Few plays pickleball. We know Tad Boyle plays pickleball.
We do a whole thing.
Oh, no, we're doing it.
There's a whole deal.
I might have spilled the beans, but I'm like,
this is awesome.
Roboleski's supposed to be in charge of that, but he's kind of late on the so I'm like, I'm pushing the envelope now. We got to get this thing going. It's in New Orleans. We got to get going, man.
Phenomenal.
Did you play pickleball?
I have a friend in Spokane.
You're more like.
Hear me out. Let me before you attack. No. We have a friend. We have a family friend who has a pickleball court in her backyard. Yeah. It's fantastic.
But you've never seen it. You never.
I've played. I have played. It's great. I didn't know about the kitchen though. I don't think I played by all the rules, so I didn't.
What is the kitchen? I have no idea.
You can't go right by the net and hold your paddle.
Oh, really?
I didn't know. I'm not
Why
the
is
guy.
it called the kitchen?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you that. You got to get out of the kitchen.
I mean, it's really been. I really should say something but there's a few professors that are using our practice facility to play pickleball, but. It's John's passion.
The turf war.
No. John's inviting him.
He's bringing him in.
No. We're building relationships between the academic and
with pickleball. It's an olive branch.
Hey, wait. I think potentially the pickleball tournament could be bigger than
world peace through pickleball. There's no doubt.
Be a big deal.
That's what the Olympics is all about. It's winter. That's happening in China right now. Winter Olympics. You're a Winter Olympics guy. Okay, all right.
I mean, I gotta be honest. No.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Well, you're busy. Really busy. You're on a hunt here in the.
You know what? Since the '80 Olympics, since we won gold,
Placid was it?
Yeah. You believe in miracles? That's kind of topped out.
That was
for
it.
me.
That was it. Fair enough.
Unless you won, Eric Heiden won 5 gold medals, like speed skating. That was.
So you're not like a half pipe, triple ollie, fakie, 360, whatever it is, snowboard guy.
Triple Lindy.
I don't know.
The flying tomato.
Sure. I don't know. Is that a thing?
That's just exports, man. Whatever. That's extreme sports. Let's be honest.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We're live here at Zeppo's talking ball and pickleball and all kinds of things with Coach Smith.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Washington State University Athletics.
The airport connects Cougar fans and alums to 22 major centers throughout the West with over 50 daily departures to 22 nonstop destinations served by AHA, Alaska, Allegiant, American, Delta, Frontier, Southwest, and United Airlines.
Real-time arrival and departure flight information is available at www.spokaneairports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
You're listening to Cougar Basketball on the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield.
When you set up a savings goal with U.S. Bank, it grows with you. There's no limit to what you can crochet. Can do. Doesn't have to be crocheting, but it totally could be. Like the headphones you're listening to this ad with, you could totally crochet those. There's no telling where your savings goal will take you. Maybe you'll save enough for yarn to crochet your house or the whole town. Oh, right. Doesn't have to be crochet related.
Set up savings goals on the U.S. Bank mobile app, even for the wildest of dreams. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
Have a question for Coach Smith? Send a tweet with your thoughts to Matt Chazanow using the handle @M_Chaz. That's M_CHAZ. Now, back to Zeppo's.
Back here live at Zeppo's, we're talking ball with Coach Smith as the Cougs have won 5 straight games off of a road Bay Area sweep for the first time in 29 years. Coach, you've got the rescheduled games announced. You've got the Huskies, you've got Oregon State. You have a full schedule, which is fantastic. Right?
Yes.
I mean,
no, it's good just having it in there. I feel like we've been through our COVID breaks, and it's just everyone had to kind of go through their, like Utah, I think's played every game, and Cal's probably played every game, so they'll be a little fresher going to the conference tournament, and then us in Washington, I imagine, will be playing games every other night.
the way it worked out, you had the Husky week, and there's one game that week. So what they've done is they've added the road Husky game, which was supposed to be played way back when.
Yeah. Our home one.
Or home one, I'm sorry.
One,
The home one is going to be played on a Wednesday, the 23rd at 8 p.m. And then after you do the return trip to Seattle,
Saturday,
so you go back-to-back Huskies, you're going to go straight to Corvallis, I would assume, because you've got Seattle and then Corvallis, which logistically could be way worse. I mean,
No, it worked out okay.
Pretty good, actually. If you had to jam games in the schedule, which is really hard to do, this is about as good as it's going to get, I guess.
I thought it would be as good as we had it last year. I requested
2 in Tempe, right?
We did 2 in Tempe. And unfortunately, we had a guy that was ill, and we weren't able to play that. I was all for it.
Right.
And then, I thought we were going to get Oregon back-to-back. I thought that Saturday,
in Pullman.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure Altman would have been fine with that.
Just like I was. I was fine.
Yeah, just post it back up.
Cougs are fine playing in Tempe.
So you've got at Oregon State and then home for Oregon State.
Yeah.
So it's kind of odd.
We got 2 back-to-backs.
2 back-to-backs. You're going to go Huskies, Beavers.
No head coach is more prepared. That's a true story.
Yeah.
In the Ivy League, we'd open every year. Cornell, then at Cornell at home, or vice versa every year. So that's a back-to-back.
Because Cornell and Columbia were the
travel partners, and we'd start right. You wouldn't play them late in our season, just right off the bat. And then the old WCC schedule used to be like a snake schedule, and depending on how you got it, you would be like at Gonzaga, at Portland at home, Gonzaga at home.
Oh, you're just
so you get like some
round robin.
Yeah, so it was weird. So you'd have like some back-to-back games where it's so you'd play say you play Portland early in the season, they might get better. They get better and late. You don't play them late, and you might beat them. So it was weird how it worked out instead of like going straight through the season. But
best case scenario, they're as normally scheduled and far apart from each other.
Yeah,
in the calendar.
Same round. Yeah,
that's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's good to get the full schedule in though.
That's great.
Just in general.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
See what we can do.
Speaking of which, USC plays Pacific tonight.
That's silly.
Which must be a reschedule. It's got to be.
I think it was add-in or something. I don't know what it was.
It's kind of funny.
There's no advantage. I got to believe USC regrets doing it because there's nothing to benefit from it.
And Pacific just beat BYU.
I know, exactly.
About a week and a half ago. And they were like
I think SC's fine on this one, but I'm like, what? Why?
I thought I had an error.
Just take rest at this stage because I don't know how many games. They missed some early too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got. Well, hopefully they got all theirs in. Whatever.
So that's to my knowledge, that's the last non-con game in the back. To my knowledge,
yes, I think so.
To my knowledge. All right, we'll take a break. Final break. We'll come back. We'll put a bow on it next. Live here, talking ball with Kyle Smith and Zeppos.
Hey, Coug fans! Can't decide what to do with your late-night weekends? Why not Cosmic Bowling? Every Friday and Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. is Cosmic Bowling at Zeppos. At a price designed with everyone in mind, we are your destination for music, disco lights, and of course, bowling. Can't join us on the weekends? Zeppos is the place to be for all ages every day of the week. With bowling, food, and drink specials, we offer prices that won't break the budget. You can even reserve your lane in advance with online reservations at Zeppos.com. When looking for fun in Pullman, look no further than Zeppos.
Which would you rather be? An armchair quarterback or an on the edge of your cushy leather seat chair quarterback? Turf Club Sportsbook is now open at Northern Quest with the most modern, luxurious, and exciting sports wagering experience around. So you can bet, watch, and win like never before. Right here in the heart of the action. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer. Now open at Northern Quest.
Hey, this is Craig Elo, and you're listening to Washington State Basketball. Go Cougs!
Woo! Got my nachos, got my big TV, and my favorite chair. It's game time. But the only thing that would make it a little better is if I could listen to my local broadcasters while watching the game.
Hello. You must have wished for your game to be synced with TV and radio.
I sure did.
Do you have a DVR?
You bet.
Do you have a streaming device?
Yeah.
Blammo! Your game is now synced. It's that easy.
Oh, boy.
To see if you can get synced, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield.
Syncmygame.com?
Syncmygame.com.
This is Cougar basketball.
Flowers, step back three, hand in his face, he buries it. Williams to the right, bucket with a two-handed dunk.
Join us all season as Kyle Smith and the Cougs look to make some noise in the Pac-12 and beyond.
Babagidi all the way to the bucket for a skyscraper. Beats it. Gay with a tomahawk, puts it home, and the foul.
It's only on your home for Cougar basketball, the Washington State Sports Network from Learfield. Welcome back to the show. Time now to look ahead at this week's game with the Coors Light Opponent Preview. Coors Light, mountain cold refreshment made to chill.
Back here live, we're talking ball at Zeppo's final segment. Got a couple of minutes left when we hear the fight song. We've got 60 seconds to go. That billboard leading into this segment, folks here in the restaurant haven't heard it. It's an opponent preview billboard. We've been talking Arizona and Arizona State. Arizona, Benedict Mathurin, Zulis Tubelis, and Coloco debatably is the most improved player in the pack. One of the top shot blockers. Phenomenal player. Super Bowl, Rams, Bengals.
Yeah, I'm all about Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah. I like that guy. He wears like
we got a light 60-second call on our ears here. Right? We got like 30 seconds.
Go
ahead. No, I didn't mean to cut. Joe Burrow.
No,
Bengals.
it.
You're Bengals. All right.
It's a cool cap.
All right. Glass half full. Glass half full. Thanks, guys. Great to see you. Here's Zeppo's. Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thank you. That's Jared Brent-Guber behind the camera. Jerry Kylo gets us on the air. Luke Hallett back in the U.S. Bank Network studios as we've got ourselves a 6 p.m. Thursday, 5:30 airtime. Big one against Arizona. Can't wait.
Let's go.
Can't wait for a loud Beasley. Go Cougs.